Hello. How's it going? What's up, Stitch? Just got Twitter all set up. We all tweeted. Cool. Hope you guys are doing well. It's not too bad of a day out today. We'll see what kind of a day it's like over in Rimworld. We are back with more Rimworld. Boom, 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 boom. YouTube is being a little funky today, so bear with. For some reason, the streaming's not going through the creator dashboard thing today, but it's still working functionally, and yeah. I'm happy with that. So if it's working, it's working. It's just not working the way it did last time. So that's perfectly fine. My Saturday, back and forth, a little stressful to start off with, but it's leveling out and getting to go back to my colony, which makes me happy. And weather's a lot better than it was yesterday, so I'm hoping to be able to take my doggy out and have some fun outside after stream's done before it gets dark. So that's going to be nice. Yeah, can't complain. Another day in the life. Let's get Streamlabs to switch on over to Wrimbles. Hello. I got to make sure I have my notepad. I remember that. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft where I don't need to take down timestamps, so. Just gotta get my setup going. Hopefully things will happen. Get your daughter there soon? Cool. Nice, a little family time. Good deal. I tried to set the stream to low latency this time, but since it's not running through the dashboard thing the way it's supposed to be, I'm not sure if that setting actually carried over. So because of that, we may still have some of the latency stuff that we had last time. Or probably, I'm guessing, like a 15 to 20 second delay, something like that. So bear with. She's spending the night with her cousin. So not too high maintenance. You can kind of take a back seat, I guess. That's not bad. Kind of a middle ground, I guess. I'm trying to be an optimist. Yeah, let's get things, since this is probably, well, I'm going to completely jinx it if I say it, but this is probably going to be a low-key stream. I'm just going to get things set up and going, and we can keep talking as we go, because RimWorld tends to give you a little time to breathe, and you can pause it, which is nice. You can play Satisfactory. That's awesome. I will definitely try my very hardest to drop by and watch that. I want to see how far you've come. It's crazy to see the difference that happened in such a short amount of time. And after watching you play during that last stream that I was in, I can see now why it picked up so quickly. Like, you can accomplish a lot very quick once you get all the infrastructure set up. So that's really cool. It definitely looks like a fun game. I'd like to try it sometime if I get the means to do so. Been planning a sleepover. Cool. Bet she's excited about that. Get that. We are now set to go. Cool. So in we go. Launching, opening the League of Bowmen. Boom, 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 boom. You have it live in Discord. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'll see if I can swing by. I've been a little distant from Discord past couple days. I'm gonna try and put a little bit more time into getting there. I'm just trying to balance out the time that I have with Discord because I realized it was taking up a lot of my day. So instead of going the polar opposite of not spending any time on Discord, I think I should, I'm trying to just sort of manage that time a little better. So, work in progress. It goes to Steam on the 8th. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, we got something happening immediately. Immediately. Well, we have mentioned several times in the past that having cocaine in the colony is a calculated risk. Rokiri, for some reason, has indulged today. I'm not entirely sure why. Do I have him assigned? Oh, he has a chemical interest. So basically, despite the fact that he is on a strict drug policy of no yayo, you are not allowed to consume our monetary product that we use to sustain the colony. Since he has a chemical interest, and others in the colony actually do too, Mac and Akai has a chemical fascination, so she's more prone to this. Roker just went ahead and got high anyway. Now he is having a major overdose, and that's not great. So I'm going to get Raymond to come and rescue him real quick. Hopefully it's not serious, but I've had some bad things happen from this in the past, so we are in a heat wave as well. We're still dealing with that. It doesn't seem like it's too bad. It's not even 100 degrees out. But, oh yeah, we got beer brewing. I forgot I was just researching things just for the sake of researching them. We'll do fire foam, why not? But we'll just make sure Rokiri's in good condition. I guess he doesn't need to be tended. He's just kind of overdosing and hopefully he'll be okay. There's not a lot that we can do about that. Just hope that he gets it out of his system. Yeah, not Rokiri. My relationship with Rokiri has changed quite a bit. I used to be very anti-Rokiri for a long time because he made some poor decisions. But, he definitely... Excuse me. Oh, boy. Oh, that's Yoko and her dementia. Yoko's having a little dementia attack again, so she's just gonna wander around confused for a bit. Oh, we got a little bit of a rocky start. Rokiri definitely redeemed himself by taking the orbital bombardment targeter and going out in the middle of a toxic fallout event to defend the colony. I'm very impressed with that. He still seems to be making some questionable decisions, but he's definitely in better graces with me right now. I do care about him. He's not that... when you start building the ship, you start really reassessing your relationships with your colonists. Going, who do I really need to rescue? Like, if I only have 4 pods here, if I only have 3, if I only have 6 pods, who do I take? And honestly, Rokiri's not at the top of the list. I feel bad about that, because honestly, he hasn't done a lot of bad things, but I don't know. The decisions that he has made have rubbed me the wrong way, but he's definitely getting, he's getting bumped up the list. So right now, oh, he's no longer incapable of walking. As long as he doesn't go and immediately start doing more yayo, we should be okay. But yeah, right now my hierarchy is basically Bowman, Mac, and Raymond. I have reserved seats on the ship. The rest, we'll figure it out as we go. We'll see. But we actually have, production is going pretty well right now. This is going to be a big grind of basically just cranking out components and advanced components for a while. And we've got Mac, and now actually Rokiri has been taking over doing component fabrication. So he is a valuable member of the colony right now. I need to remind myself of that he actually does have quite a bit of value. Yeah, how could I not save Bowman? She's the founding member. She built all of this. I mean, well, she didn't build it with her hands, but with her valiant leadership, she inspired others to build this. So yeah, and she did a lot of the research too. And she's the sniper. Yeah, she's the backbone of the colony. She's the overlord, so she's most definitely going to get a seat. Fairwing, we'll see. Tim, we'll see. So, you know, when you got reserved number of ships, of caskets on your ship, you start getting a little more picky. But I have been debating, I know I kind of went over this last stream. I'm debating building another fabrication bench, but the problem that I'm facing is I don't really have enough power for that. I have solar generators that are helping with it, but basically the way it works is I'd have to reconnect all the batteries for that, for these to be a constant benefit. Otherwise, I'm going to disable one of these benches. Plus, Rokri sleeps during the day. So he's going to bed right now, and it's about noon. So I'm trying to set it up so that I have constant fabrication going. I have resources, components being produced at all times. So Mac is doing it during the day, Rokri's doing it at night. I could try and double that up so that there is some overlap. And I did that with Bowman and Raymond when they were doing research. So it is a possibility. It's a bit of a resource investment, but I will have to figure out more power, which means I'll probably have to do another geothermal generator, which I don't exactly know where I would put. It might have to be this one, and then I just sort of put the walls around it. It's a possibility, but it's a very big resource sink at a time when we have very high resource demand. Mac was the second colonist, yes. Mac wandered in. Found Bowman scratching to survive out here in the original colony, which was about this. It was basically just this size. When I build another geo, because they're resource intensive, really, it's 340 steel, 8 components, so it's going to set me back, plus the fabrication bench, which is another 200. Another 12 components, and another 2 advanced components. So basically it's going to slow down ship production by quite a bit. Yeah. It's this stream delay. It's frustrating. I'm sorry. I'll figure it out next time. The only reason it's like I checked the whole ultra low latency thing, but it's not running through the dashboard right now, and I can't figure out how to get that set up. So thank you for bearing with the delay a little bit. Learning curve. This is the second stream on YouTube. It's funny when you've been streaming pretty much every single day for a long time, and then it's like, oh god, I'm a noob again. Oh no. But yeah, I think it's because I closed out of the dashboard. I set up my stream really late last night just to get ahead of it, and then I closed out of the creator dashboard overnight. Started it back up, and I couldn't get back into it, like the actual stream that I set up, so I had to delete that one and set up a new one. And then I went live, and it wasn't going through the new one. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? So at least it's broadcasting. That's good. But yeah, we'll figure out the latency stuff. In the meantime, just I guess just sort of treat it as though you're watching a stream that has a little bit of a delay on it. But positive to that is you get full quality stream. It's not going to hit the resolution on this very high graphic game. I know the resolution is really the selling point when it comes to RimWorld, but you feel like that when you took your long break. Yeah, I know. It's weird coming back. There's a little bit of a... It's weird in that it's comfortable, but not at the same time. It's familiar, but it's like, oh man, it still feels new. It's a really weird, kind of paradoxical kind of feeling. I know that feeling quite well. Alright, and I forgot also, I haven't been playing nearly enough Rimworld. I'm very glad to be back. I had to put in an extra stream. One, I gotta get more footage for the next chapter, so there's that. Also, I miss the hell out of the game. I miss my people. I don't play it nearly as much as I used to, now that I'm playing Minecraft too. So, I forgot that we are also taming a bunch more elephants. So these ones are going to go to the taming yard, basically. We got a little yard here where all the livestock are in that's basically grazed out. It's not great. Gonna have to keep an eye on that. But I have all my animals sort of restricted to this area while they're doing all their training, so that they're nearby in a very predictable area where Grubby can go and train them. And then once they're fully trained with hauling and whatnot, all my hauling animals get shifted to Area 1, which is basically everything but food storage and the crops. So they're not going to go and eat all that. The downside to that is that they won't haul the crops when they're harvested because they're not allowed to go in there. That kind of sucks, but they won't go in and actually graze on my food, which is... it evens out. But it looks like all this steel production is paying off, having this deep drill here. Tim's been working real hard on that. And that's definitely paying off. I'm getting a lot more steel. I like having that surplus. We need it when we're cranking out components left and right here. So we got an unfinished component here. Roker's already working on advanced components, which is good. We need them. We currently have one. So, yep. But the rat gave birth. Remember that? That's something that happened. So we got a new baby rat. Yay! What are you doing, Heathcliff? No. Why are all the animals obsessed with going into Rat and Akai's room? Go on, Yoko. You can't blame your dementia for that one. I'm still stuck on the fence with this whole build another fabrication bench thing. I feel like it could be a good idea, honestly. If I had one more crafter that had the ability to actually do it, I wouldn't even hesitate. That would be a really good investment. I just have to figure out where to put it. It would probably end up having to go here, and then I'd have to move my smelter and my stone cutting tables, make that a little more accessible, because this room was not designed to have this many things in it. I have quite a bit of cloth. I could upgrade some of the rooms. Oh, Bowman's going to finish that research real quick. Oh. So what are we waiting on here? We're waiting on... do we need uranium? That's not good. We got fire foam. That's nice. Pulse charge munitions. Why not? Probably going to need advanced components for those, but you know what? We got the extra time. We do have a charge rifle that we purchased last time, so that's going to be really helpful in the next combat we have. Whenever that happens. Hopefully not anytime too soon. But yeah. Things are happening. So let's check uranium. Oh, it might be the uranium slug turrets that are consuming this much. Okay, so I am running low on uranium. That's a good thing to keep in mind. There's a dead guinea pig out there. I do have quite a bit out in the field. There's 3 deposits of uranium out here. I can get Tim on that. The problem is it's a heat wave right now, and it's currently 106 degrees out. So it's going to be a little tricky keeping an eye on him. Making sure that he doesn't break out there because he is pretty much always at risk. So because of that, I want to prioritize, so I am just going to forbid this for now, make sure that he is going to go out there, and I'll just try and keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't overexert himself. Brokery is absolutely prioritizing advanced components, which is nice. I thought, okay, yeah, so I have 2 of them now. So I need uranium for my engines, and I also need advanced components for that. I also need uranium for my reactor. Yeah. So, I mean, the problem here is uranium is not incredibly common, especially, I mean, compared to steel or even plasteel. I think it's about as common as plasteel, so yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of an issue. What is the matter, Akai? Why are you starving? You're malnourished. What are you doing? Go eat. Good lord. Oh, it's 2 in the morning, but if you're malnourished at 2 in the morning, just get up and grab a meal and go back to bed. Alrighty. Boom, 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 doo, 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 doo. Meanwhile, man decided that this area up here needs to be cleaned. Why is that even... Oh, because it counts as our home area. Nope. Looks like I claimed some of those areas in the past and never fixed that. Really don't need that cleaned. Man, what else can you do? What do you focus on? You can do crafting and stuff. I put you, like, basically on cleaning and plant cutting. It's like, basically your entire life is going around chopping trees and cleaning up other people's messes. And it does hauling, too. And kind of construction. I haven't seen him out there too much. I do, like, all of my hunting manually. Just kind of funny that, like, the whole hunting thing, I don't even really use that mechanic. I have people assigned to it, but I rarely use it. I like manually hunting. Gives me a little bit more control over the outcome of that fight. Alright, where Tim is still sleeping, so I don't have to keep an eye on him. Yeah, this heat wave I thought was going to be much worse than it has been. It's honestly not that bad. Oh, he's still smelting slag, really? Can you mine? You're a level 4 miner. You know what? I can assign you to mining. You're not really doing too much else. You're not great at it. Oh, wait a minute. Did I select the wrong person there? Wait, oh, that's Mac. Okay, wait, why is Mac doing that? Because Rokri's working at the bench. Okay. And a meteorite, but this one is marble. Oh, goodness. Unfortunately. So, that's not really helpful. That's not great. I was hoping for, like, I don't know, a useful resource, but instead, we got marble. So man, not Mac, is kind of shit at mining. He has 0 skill whatsoever. Oh, he actually won't do it. Really? No, he'll do it. What? Why did it say will not do? Man, mining. It says mining will not do. That's not true. Look, he'll do it. Lies. But Tim will most definitely do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my orders, my mining orders, and just have him prospect all of that. And he's pretty skilled at it. He is level 13, and he has a bionic arm now, so he's going to be much quicker than other people. So we'll just let him stay out here and do that, and I'll keep an eye on the heat stroke warnings. Currently it's just Man and Rokri that have heat stroke warnings, and they're not too bad. They're pretty close to shelter as well. Rokri is actually indoors and he's getting heat stroke. I don't know how, it's 85 degrees in here. It's not like that hot comparatively. 71 in here, 85 in here, and the door's permanently open. I could put a vent in. That might be smart. Especially if he's going to be just sort of sitting there all day. Doesn't cost too much. Might as well. We'll put it right there. A little unsightly, but effective. And Fairwing is immediately taking the uranium to the ship engine now that we have enough in... I guess enough available. It's not really in the stockpiles yet. I think it's because Tim finished mining one chunk of it. And they're like, yes, heard the rumors. And the elephants are immediately going to go up this direction. Yep, Carnation got the memo and is going to go up and grab that for us. We can get this stuff set to haul. So that's all steel slag from different... I'm not entirely sure what this is from. I think that's from drop pods. But we can have those hauled back to the bunkers, and then from there taken into the smelter and turned into steel. Not that we have a huge need for it, but we probably... I don't know. Right now we need 260 plus 350 plus 120 times 9. That's... yeah, we need a lot. And the heat wave is over right when I finish the vent. Okay, so one less snag to deal with there. Cool. What is Cha-Cha doing? Why are you coming up here? You don't know how to mine. Okay, I guess... oh, I guess I'll go back. Womp womp. Tim, it took you all morning to mine one node of uranium, and now you're just sort of sitting in the dining room here. Come on, dude. We got stuff I need done. Day's half over. You still got a lot of work to do. Boom, doo, doo. Carnation is pregnant. Again. Okay. Looks like we got another wave of babies coming in. Sierra's pretty well along. She's got another 15 days. That's about a full season. Carnation's got 32 days. And Cha-Cha has 23 days. So yeah, we got a new wave of baby elephants coming along, and we will be strengthening our forces so we can defend. Maybe worth really expanding the grazing area right now, honestly. The heat really upticked this X drive, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess so. They don't call it going into heat for nothing. Gotta do something. I want to make sure... I wanted to have this area basically as a food storage area for excess hay to store it over difficult seasons. Like if we have another toxic fallout or something. But it hasn't been used in a really, really long time. I don't know what to do with that. I guess I'll just leave it. But yeah, honestly, we're not hurting too bad as far as grazing areas go. It might be worth just clearing this, actually, now that I think about it. So that they don't graze this area. It's not entirely necessary for them to be grazing over here. Maybe I'll do like that so that they can actually get into these areas. We got another elephant now. Yeah, keeping an eye on how much overgrowth or undergrowth, whatever, natural food for animals, grazing food for animals we have. That's going to be pretty important. Because we now have a lot of elephants. Good lord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 elephants. That's a lot. They eat quite a bit. So making sure that they have enough room to graze and they aren't going to eat faster than it regrows, kind of like here. That's going to be pretty important. It actually might be worth finally taking the roof off of here. Male elephant really pumping them out. Yep, getting busy. That would be Heathcliff. But we do have two, well, that's a young one, so that's definitely not going to be part of it. But Heathcliff and Elephant 1, we finally got another male. So there's only 2 males, well, technically 3, 2 adult males in this entire herd. So lucky them. A lot of work, though. A lot of work. It does make things a bit tricky because it's like you want to preserve your male elephants because of that. Because if you only have like 1 or 2 and you lose them, you lose breeding capabilities. But the flip side of that is if all of your female elephants get pregnant at the same time, then you're going to combat with like 10 pregnant elephants, which is not great because it actually it affects movement speed and stuff. Pretty substantially too. It's a 15% debuff for middle stage right now. So let's see, I'm pretty sure I have a late stage Sierra. Yeah, that's a 30% debuff. That's a lot. I mean, look at her. We know that. we know all about the pregnant debuffs that you get after some of the elders that are no longer with us. What we dealt with them. You combine it with other injuries and, I mean, they're literally incapacitated. They're useless. And they're still consuming food, which is the tough part. So, yeah, that gets tricky. It's all a balancing act. But honestly, even like a late stage pregnant elephant is still a fierce warrior. Like, is most definitely worth having. It just means they're gonna soak up bullets on their way in. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. The heat wave is over, which is good, but now we've got a different kind of wave coming in. We got a psychic drone. This one is a high level psychic drone, and it's going to be focusing on male colonists. So let's take a look at what kind of a debuff that's going to be. A 30, a minus 30. We're getting hit pretty hard now. So with that, really want to keep an eye on this, on the breaks that we're having, and make sure recreation needs are being met. I actually have technology to make television, and I've been thinking about doing this for a while, so I might as well do it now. The question is, where do I put it? This isn't really optimal design over here. My dining room is quite small. But that was all just to make sure that I have an extra area here that basically serves as a cooler, but it's not being used, so it's essentially just a butchering room now. The trick is, if I wanted to expand this room, I've got marshy soil here, 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 and also inside this room too. Marshy soil I can't put down floors over. So there's just going to be this like gross marshy area that's making a mess that's in the middle of the dining room. That's going to affect mood quite a bit. I can move the chess table. You know what? I can move it over to where Specs is over there and then put the TV over here. That could work. We'll do that. Problem solved. Then I don't have to actually expand anything. I kind of painted myself into a corner with the living room or the dining room here. Because I can't expand it this way without sacrificing having an actual floor. Which, yeah, defeats the entire purpose. So, we'll do that, and we do have a major break, and that would be Tim, of course. And Tim now, if he goes on Berserk or something like that, he has a bionic arm now, and that is a pretty formidable melee weapon. He's not that skilled at melee, but still, it's not a fun thing to deal with. So him going out, I don't have to deal with the heat problems of him going out mining and gathering uranium. But I do have to deal with the mood risks that come with this. So Tim and Rod are really at the biggest risk, and they have a history of being a little bit unbalanced and causing problems. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but they have been spotlighted as being a little bit problematic in the past. Tim is very notorious for kind of losing his shit a little bit, and Rod kind of lost it big time after the big bad raid that we got, the rocket raid that we got. He's one that I'm pretty consistently worried about. Him and Rat are the ones that I'm most worried about having breaks, because they are melee specialists, so if they go berserk and start attacking people, it gets bad. Tim is now at extreme break. Luckily, he has gone to bed. I can take a look at what his mood's at to really try and balance that out, but there's not a lot I can do, honestly. I can try and get rid of tattered apparel, unsightly and fine. I mean, those are ones that you kind of just have to deal with. They're just kind of part of living out on the rim. Get rid of his hat. That'll probably make him a little happier. Gotta get him a better hat. Where did I thought he had a better hat. Wait, what? Why is Rod wearing his hat? Rod, no. No, Rod, no bowler hat for you. Tim, I know you're in a bad mood. Here's a sweet new hat. That'll make you feel better. Oh, yeah. That's good. You still got ratty apparel, but that should help a little bit, right? That parka isn't doing you any favors either. Oh well. And Rod goes down and immediately grabs a recon helmet and pops that on. He's like, fine. Fine. I'll just wear Tim's helmet. Oh, and now he's throwing a tantrum. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, and he's my melee specialist. This was the problem. Okay, I was just worried about this. This is a little bit of an issue. So Rod is my primary, well, secondary melee, I guess. Well, he's matched with Rat now. They are equally formidable opponents. Rod is armed with a good quality steel longsword, and he is kind of just broken. The psychic drone is taking its toll on him. Now he's decided he's going to smash the shit out of this woodcutter's table, and that should be no match for him. Yeah. If I want to stop him from this tantrum... Oh, please don't destroy high-tech things. Please don't destroy high-tech things. You want to smash the walls, that's fine. Don't attack things that are valuable, please. So he's just going to go around and break things, damage things until this gets out of his system. If the only way that I can stop him right now is if I try and get one of my colonists to arrest him. And he's not going to go down without a fight, most likely. It's probably about a 60% chance, and he is armed with a sword, and he is one of the best people in the colony with it, too. So I really don't want a chance trying to stop him. So he kind of has free reign to destroy whatever the hell he wants right now, and I'm just praying that he doesn't destroy something that's valuable. Of course he goes for the fabrication bench, but it's not doing damage to it. That's good. Come on, dude. You don't need to do this. There's other ways. If only we got that TV done in time. Well, this is possibly the first of several, so let's we'll let Rod do his thing and put a TV in right over here. That's going to cost 4 components. Components are quite valuable to us right now, but should be okay. Tim is still at extreme break risk, though. Even though he's asleep and recharging himself, so I'm going to have to keep a special eye on him in the morning. Actually, beyond that, I'm actually going to set him to pretty much all recreation. We'll do a little bit of work in the middle of the day. Okay, Rod is done. Whew. Nothing of value was broken, like broken beyond repair. This stonecutter table got pretty close there, but it's just going to be some routine maintenance. Well, not routine, but it's going to take some repairs to go around and fix that up. A little extra work for Akai and, oh, I guess Tim, but Tim is not really prioritizing that right now. Yeah, so Akai will just go clean up that mess, but Rod is done, and now he has a catharsis buff, so it's actually kind of good that he got that out of his system and didn't do any significant damage with it, because now his mood is counteracting that psychic drone with the catharsis of coming out of that break, so he's at much lower chance of having another break right now. Happy about that. Every cloud has a silver lining. Akai is going to go and make that tube television. Get that set up so that we can actually have a little higher tier entertainment around here. That should help refill recreation and make it, give them more variety on things that they can do to unwind a little bit during these trying times, during these very uncertain times. He has something that he can do to sort of not flip out. He being Tim, of course. He is no longer at extreme break risk, which is great, but Man, Tim, and Rod are all at major break risk. And that means at any moment they can go right into the bad. You can see Man's mood is getting right down to the lowest threshold here. Rokri, for some reason, is doing really well. He has a lot of nice things going on in his life right now. I'm not complaining. Like, he's like the only, him and Bowman are like, yeah, no, and Akai too, I guess. They're just like, yeah, no, things are great. I don't know what you're talking about. We're having a great time. I'm very comfortable. I'm got some good expectations about what's going on here. Very nice dining room here. You know, it's got a TV. We got the optimists in the colony, and then we got Man over here, who's just like, I'm in pain. There's a sound that's making me want to bash my head against a wall. I keep eating without a table, even though there's a table right here that's always been here, that has been here for years, that I can eat at. Yeah. Wah, wah. I think he just needs to go out and do more things. They should add a debuff for people like, man, that's like, all I do is clean up other people's messes. Minus 15. That would be a little bit more realistic to his specific problem that he's dealing with. So I'm not sure if the TV gives a passive buff to people who are eating at the table. I'm not sure if if it's like always going, or if you have to go and specifically eat at, like, specifically do the action of watching TV for it to count. But Tim's actually doing pretty good right now. What's going on? Recreation fully satisfied. That's probably it. I'll keep an eye on him. I don't trust him. But it's nice to see that he's recovered so much. He's out of major break, even. He's out of extreme break threshold. He's out of major break. So he's back. Rod, however... Oh, he put on a tainted recon helmet. Why did he choose that? That's a -5. Yeah, Rod's going to be the one I need to watch the most through this. I might assign him to recreation too. Just to play it safe. Alright, I need one more advanced component and I can start working on the next ship engine. That is awesome. It's actually going a bit quicker than I thought. Oh, no I don't. Actually, we got enough. I think. I thought it said 7. Just a second ago it said 7. Now it says 5. Is someone hauling them? Alright, major break. Tim has returned to the major break squad. Is he at least... Yeah, he has passion for his work, so that's something, but it's really gross out here, and that's a bit of an issue. I would have him just sort of clean, but it doesn't seem like that's something he wants to do, or is even capable of doing here, so let's leave that. And Yoko's having another dementia attack. That's okay. It's alright, Yoko. You don't have a lot of responsibilities around here. I know it's confusing, yeah, but it's gonna be okay. So you just go wander around and make friends with that houseplant for a little bit while we focus on trying to get this ship built. It's gonna take some time for us to get it built, but we gonna do it and we do it right. I'm watching you, Tim. I'm just gonna follow you. I don't trust you. I feel like him and Rod are like, it's funny, I haven't really kept an eye on anyone else. Like Raymond, Grubby, I mean, there are a lot of people being affected by this right now. But for some reason, even though they're not, like, neither of them have psychically sensitive as a trait, so, but they are by far the most susceptible to breaks. I think it's just, they've just been through a lot of shit. Oh, he's been insulted too. That doesn't help. Who else? Right now, Man bumped into that for a second, into the major threshold, but no, he should be okay. We're definitely getting that uranium restocked. That's nice. It's going a lot quicker than I thought. It's really, really nice having a good miner. He's not exceptional. He doesn't love it, but he's pretty damn good at it. I am happy to have him. I should say he's no Layla. We'll get that all set. Start preparing the next wave of uranium mining because currently we are absolutely fine on steel, and we've been hauling more. I don't know where. Oh, I guess they hauled it right down to here too. Hauling more of these slag chunks. Did they get all of them? Holy shit. Wow. They've been busy. Why is this not connected though? Why, or not powered? Not connected. Oh, don't connect it to the battery. Why would we connect it to the battery? That's silly. So I want you to connect to the power grid. Oh. Oh, that sneaky son of a bitch. Rod disconnected the power here, that's why. He bashed out the power conduit that was in the wall there. I didn't even see it. Ah, how long would it have been for until I noticed that? If I hadn't checked that. Oh, yeah, Rod's like, I'm sorry. I'll bring the steel back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just got really mad. There was this yelling in my ears, and it wasn't good. Tim is at extreme break now. Ugh, these drones are tough. He just got out of threshold. Poker helps. Poker by yourself somehow helps. Not quite sure how, but if it works for Tim, I'm happy with it. And now the power seems to be reconnected. Good, so our electric smelter is back online. So we're getting steel production from that, basically recycling any of the steel scrap that comes down with ships, drop pods, things like that. We can smelt that down, create raw steel that we can use for our own constructions. So steel production, steel resource collection has sort of taken a backseat to uranium because of the realization I had that my engines and my reactors are going to need quite a bit. Actually, it looks like the caskets need it too. So we're going to get as much of that as possible while people can actually mentally afford it within reason. Looks like Rokiri is actually going to help with that too. And then we will be prepared. It is a bit of a trade-off that we did to have 2 uranium slug turrets and be building high-tech stuff. Oh, Tim's having a tantrum. Another one. Great. Well, Tim's a little less of a risk in this situation because, I mean, he's still going to do damage, but he's not as high melee, so he's not going to do as much damage. Just depends on what he's going to do with that. Fun little story. Story time and prosperity. I had a colony a couple years back. It was after they introduced the anti-grain warhead. I didn't really know what it was. It's essentially a nuclear warhead. It makes the Doomsday rocket kind of look like a firecracker. I got one from a quest that I went on, and I had it stored with my mortar shells. Just prepared, so I could launch it as a mortar shell just to test it out at some point, and I never really used it. I just sort of held on to it, and didn't really, lost track of it, forgot that I even had it. Oh, you're gonna break your own bed. Really? Really, Tim? It's excellent quality. Oh, no, you're not gonna break the whole thing. Leave it at 2%. Alright. Well, at least he's containing his mess to that. So basically, my anti-grain warhead, I forgot that it was even around. I left it out by the mortars. And one of my colonists ended up going on a tantrum and attacked the mortar stockpile. Detonated one of the HE shells, which detonated the anti-grain warhead and nuked about half of the base. It just, yeah, it was bad. Like, bad. There were like 4 or 5 people died. It was catastrophic. Like, pretty much ended my colony right there. I think we got a raid not long after that, and everything just fell apart. So, while tantrums don't look like they do too much, it's someone just going around punching things. Sometimes tantrums can literally end your game. Especially if it's something like, I don't know, attacking chem fuel and starting a fire, or incendiary or mortar shells. That's kind of why I keep these things separated. I keep the mortars separated from each other because they will explode if they are destroyed. I keep the mortar shells away from the mortars because I used to keep them right next to them, because you think, oh, keep the ammo right next to it so I don't have to walk long distances, but if anything happens to one of these shells and it detonates, it blows up everything, and then you have nothing. So instead, I would prefer, oh, I just lose my shells, at least I have my mortar, all I need to do is build more shells. Or I lose my mortar, well, at least I didn't lose both and the shells. That kind of situation. But yeah, it looks like Tim has finally finished his tantrum. Nothing too bad has happened here. He still has a bed. We lost a lamp in his bedroom. It was nice, like, actually very respectful of him to keep his tantrum contained to his bedroom. It is a shared bedroom. I'm sure Rod's not happy that his end table was destroyed, but could have been much worse, as I have displayed through my storytelling here. Could have been and has been much worse. But my multi-analyzer isn't hooked up either. What is going on with my power grid right now? Am I just low on power? No, I got 3,600 watts going out. Oh no, I have 140. Okay, so something is draining. Something's draining power. To the point where we can't use... I mean, it's not being used anyway, so you know what? We'll just turn that off. The research we're doing right now is not hugely important, honestly. I mean, having charge rifles would be really sweet, but it's a huge investment, resource-wise. So getting that technology is not really essential. We kind of got all the research we need for endgame. The rest is like, we'll make things easier, but it's not essential. So I'm just going to, at very least, turn off the multi-analyzer, which is sucking up 200 watts of power. It gives a 10% research bonus, but honestly, the research is not a priority right now. We prioritized it for a very long time, and its time has kind of passed. So now it's time to put that research into practice. That's where we're at. So I'll just disable that so I don't have to worry about power going out in other places where I need it more. And the psychic drone is ending. Cool. So, you know, it sucked. That was not fun, but could have been much, much worse. We didn't get any berserk. We didn't get any corpse obsession. Glad about that. Kind of getting sick of corpse obsession. Yeah. So, wasn't an optimal time, but honestly... That was much better than I was expecting from a high drone. High drones can be very, very bad. And it was only basically just Rod and Tim that lost their shit a bit. Rod does look pretty badass now, though. He's got that sweet helmet. What you doing? Oh, you're going to get slag from all the way out here? Okay, why don't we get people to haul that? And get, well, people. Why don't we get elephants to haul that? People aren't going to do it. And now a raid. Yes. That's what I'm expecting. Honestly, this is Randy Random. If this was Cassandra, I would be like, yeah, well, duh. We're getting a raid any minute now. Like, it has been, what, almost 3 or 4 streams since we've had a raid that really meant anything. That was like, any kind of event that was really out of our immediate control. But that's Randy Random. I've been saying it the whole playthrough, and I'll keep saying it. You have no idea what's going to happen. You could get hit with 3 different things within 5 minutes. You could go an entire year and have almost nothing happen. It's quite an adventure. I like it. I think it's much more true to life, and You start praying to RNGesus quite a bit. Just like, Randy, please, just... It's really funny because, like, at a moment like this, I'm like, you know what? It would be really nice if more things were going on. And then something's going to happen, I'm going to go, oh, why the hell did I say anything? It always happens. It's like, oh, man, I'm kind of bored. I wish I'd... Oh, here's 3 raids at the same time. Good luck. I heard you were bored. Here, let me throw this at you. It is the way of the Randy. Roker's going to work on this last advanced component. Once he's finished with that, we should have enough to get this next engine built, and we can start plugging our way along. This is going pretty... This is actually going quicker than I thought. I expected this to take, like, a while. A lot longer than this. Trade would help quite a bit right now in being able to buy components and stuff like that to actually put them into my ship. But right now we need 6 plus 8, 14 components, advanced components, bare minimum. Honestly, Randy, I view more as a... Sari, get out. No food. I see him more as like a Loki kind of figure. He's a little bit above troll. He's gone full trickster god level. It's yeah, it's what trolls aspire to be. Someday I'll be a Randy. But most definitely, he is the embodiment of chaos. My dog is sitting there looking at my food, like, sitting a foot away from it, just licking her lips. It's like, I'm just waiting for the moment that you get back into this game and really focus, and I'm gonna sneak up and I'm gonna take a little bite of those cheesy potatoes, because they seem really good. And I don't blame her, because they are. But you're being a sneak. And I see you. I'm onto your trickery. Now, I think the real question of what's going to happen here in this colony is, what happens if I burn through all this uranium? Because I don't think there's any more on the map. And I need it to get off the planet. So, I don't know if I can disable these being resupplied. Like, the uranium slugs, they shoot uranium. Like, they use uranium as ammunition. So where... Sari, no. Stop it. Oh, God, I knew it. She is way too smart. She was waiting for me to start talking. To, like, really get into starting to talk about something. And then she would get up and, like, go for my food. God, the dog is way too smart. Yeah, I'm literally shooting my uranium supply at enemies, so I want to make sure that I can get this uranium into here as quickly as possible, so that it's actually reserved for where it needs to go, because I don't know where I'm going to get uranium outside of this map. It would be exclusively from, well, either from trade, or I can go and try and set up a mining outpost somewhere, but that's just another colony that I need to defend. So... Ooh, that's going to be super helpful. Mac has a work frenzy now. So now he can almost work at normal speeds. Yay. Mac is, yeah, he's got a little buff to his work speed. I'm not entirely sure how much. Does it say? Oh, is it just movement speed? No, that's because he's high on cocaine right now. I fucking hate this delay. I missed the context of what you said. Stitch. But the work frenzy is going to be unbelievably helpful because we are waiting on components, and Mac is primary builder on that. So he is now compensating for his slothful trait, where he is working at a movement speed deficit, and he's putting that 17 crafting level to use right now. So hopefully he'll be able to crank out materials at a much faster rate. He actually switched over to tailoring. Because Rokri came in, he's like, nah, dude, I got an advanced. Yeah. Very well put. Yes, they definitely shoot uranium at enemies. Also my own colonists, as has been proven. Yes, that is a very, very, very good point. Friendly fire is one of the biggest problems that I've been facing this entire campaign. It has been, I would say, one of the biggest problems, especially having a lot of melee. Making sure I don't have range shooting into melee, or just shooting from the right angles and stuff, that has been very tricky. I have a tendency to go with, like, mostly ranged. That's kind of been where I've been comfortable playing for a very long time. And I'm trying to get more into doing more melee. It's just scary sending your people in to melee, just like throwing them at people. So elephants are helping with that, but unfortunately, as we've noticed, brain injury and just getting shot by our own people has probably been one of the biggest contributors to problems around the colony. A little bit more so than enemies shooting at me. So I'm trying to be a little more cautious with that, but I can't do anything about the turrets. They're 100% automated, so I really need to pay more attention to that. Poor Rogers. Poor Rogers, may she rest in peace. Ugh. That turret just blew all... It destroyed her entire torso. It just vaporized her torso. Ugh, that was not good. That was very messy. We have a lot of slate. I gotta do something with that. We'll give Akai something to do. Just put floors in over there. It's right next to the supply room, why not? And Tim is now bringing the components. Sweet, we got that advanced component finished, constructed. So Tim's going to bring that out to the engine and get that engine started. Well, that construction on the engine started. We can't start these because there's literally nothing between the spine of the ship and these engines that are not connected. But Tim's going to get that built, and then we just need one more, which is 260 steel, 140 plasteel, 70 uranium, 6 advanced components, and then the reactor, and then we just gotta have pods for people to get into, and we can get the hell off this rock, hopefully. The elephants can last stand and hold the ground for us, and we can get the fuck out of here. But that's another another thing that, you know, don't really think about too much is, well, where are they going? Where are they going from here? Because they're basically having, I mean, they got an AI. We'll just tell the AI, just take us anywhere but here. And it'd be really, I'd love to play, I think there's a mod that has some, that goes off of, like, what happens next. I'd really, really like to try that. Of, like, you don't really think about that. what happens next? What happens if you take off and you land, like, you wake up out of cryostasis, just like Bowman did here, and you wake up on a worse planet? What happens if the AI decides, oh, you get hit by a meteorite or something and there's structural damage, and it decides it's the smartest decision is to launch these cryopods off onto a planet so that the people can survive, and you end up waking up on a planet in the jungle alone with no gear like Bowman did at the start of this story. It feels like it could turn into an infinite loop, and I think that would be an interesting premise for the next start. I think that would be an interesting way to play. There's a mod to keep the colony alive on the ship. That's awesome. I'd love to try that sometime and figure out what to do next. The problem with that is there's no end game. I don't know. I don't know where end game would be after that. Like, the game would just never end. So that's a little tricky. It's like, where does your story really conclude? I had one colony where, my last one, when I was playing modded, where I decided that I wasn't going to leave the planet. That my goal was to basically populate this planet, to establish a faction that had at least 3 colonies, and basically wipe out my competition. I had a full-on army that I was marching around the map. Like, let's see, let's generate that. I had a couple allies, and I decided to take my army and just go to everything that was red and just scorched earth and just clear as much as possible, and just expand. And I'd have like an outpost colony, like I had one about that distance away, so I'd use it as like a relay station and then just clear out things that were around that colony, and then set up another colony and then clear out things. So I just work my way through the map that way, and it never ends. It is a game that never ends. Yep, that's the truth. But that's what I love about games like this. It's like Minecraft, you know? You can play it whatever way you really want within the constraints of what the game offers, and you choose what the end game is. So this game, I decided that I was going to go with building the escape ship. I've never done that before successfully. I also have had the quest to go with a ship that's been here. It's been a mission that I've had for 4 years, well, almost 4 years. I gotta keep an eye on that. I don't want to miss the 4-year anniversary, do I? 3.9 years. We're almost there. I think, what is it? The 15th of December? I don't know when the anniversary, like the day of the anniversary is. We'll have to keep an eye out on that one. But yeah, I mean, I've had that mission to be able to leave the ship the entire time, or leave the planet on that ship the entire time. I could have just caravanned up and gone across to right here, and then done, I'm guessing, what I'm gonna have to do endgame once I start this reactor up, but I could have just sort of done it manually. I just decided to choose this ending. It's definitely a lot of work, but I feel like that's very rewarding. It's very fitting. It's kind of, you know, start on a drop pod, leave in a cryopod kind of thing. I guess she woke up out of cryopod. Yeah, it's kind of full circle kind of thing. But she made some friends along the way. You know what would be really funny? If Bowman decided, you know what, fuck you guys, and just got in the ship and left alone. It's like, yep, thank you for building the ship. I appreciate that. See ya. I'm out. You can, you know, I started this colony. I led you guys to this moment, and this is my karma. This is my full circle. This is my story. I'm leaving. I just don't know if that's really a Bowman kind of decision. But I do have a sinking feeling that not everyone's gonna leave. It's a weird feeling, but I I do have a bit of a feeling that the roster that we have standing right now is not going to be the ones that end up actually leaving this planet. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have a feeling someone's going to get left behind. He's not at the top of the list. Let's be honest. Grubby is not at the top of the list of people who's coming with us. That's just reality. We'll see what happens. But he wouldn't want to be away from his animals anyway. Oh, it's creepy fog weather. Here it comes. Nothing bad happens in the fog. No. Oh, he's actually working pretty quick. I'm happy with that. 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Raymond is idle. Oh, the multi-analyzer actually, you need it to be able to research what I'm doing. Okay. Whatever, that's fine. I'd prefer if you used the ground penetrating scanner anyway. Where are our builders? Okay. Oh, they were working on the floors. That makes sense. So Akai is watching TV. Oh, I can take my people off of recreation now. Back to work. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, this is kind of a rare occurrence, but I'm actually gonna speed things up a bit. Is Akai a better builder than Tim is? 12? Yeah, she is. And she doesn't have any passion for it at all. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, as long as Tim has the initiative to go and mine on his own, I am happy. I'm not gonna watch him. They're cranking out those advanced components, which is good. Got a nice supply of regular components as well. Keeps having to run out and grab that plasteel though, that's slowing things down. The gold is right there. Oh, our monkey has a name. Who remembered that we have a monkey? Well, we have a monkey named Fernanda, and Fernanda does fuck all around the colony, so Fernanda is going to be a warrior monkey. Yay, you are assigned to... Who do you don't have a bond with anyone. Why don't you hang out with Rod? You are Rod's pet monkey. Fernanda and Rod, attorneys at law. You follow when drafted, and you can also follow when they're in the field. You didn't remember? It's self-tamed, I think. Pretty sure. I don't know why I would get a monkey. They can't haul things. I'm not sure. Well, I guess they're too small. But yeah, we got quite a menagerie of animals here. We got rhinos and sheep and rats and monkeys and elephants and oh my. And a wolf, just sort of with dementia. we got a weird bunch around here. But the only thing, wow, holy crap. So the only thing we're missing on the ship engine right now is advanced components. We got 2 out of 6 for that, so we might actually be able to build the second engine pretty soon. Then we just need to get the reactor out. That's going to take 8 components. That's going to take a while, but hopefully we can get a trade ship coming in. And then we just got to figure out all these pods. That's going to be, those are going to be tricky. They're 3 advanced components a piece. Need more rats? Yeah, it seems like they're on that. They're working on it. They're pregnant already. They're cranking them out. We lost 1, but it looks like they give birth to more than 1 at a time. So soon. Soon. And hopefully we'll be able to trade rats for advanced components. That would be great. That's the world I want to live in. That's all corn. Wowee. Flash storm. During fog, which means it's not raining. Which means the fire is going to spread. I almost hit Fairwing. Very soon. Very soon. Yes. So that's not good. We can just sort of do a little dance and pray for rain. No! Elephant Calf 1! What happened to you? You just wander into the fire? What are you doing? No, fire bad. Fire bad. Let it burn. Yeah, until it gets to our house. That's the problem, is fire can jump. I learned that the hard way. You can build a wall, and you can feel that you're safe. You can feel like you're okay. It feels perfectly safe to have a wall, even like a too thick wall. You're like, yeah, no, I'm good, whatever, let it come. Just bring it on, fire. And then it just goes, boop, and then it spreads. And it's like, oh no. And all my doors are made of wood. And a lot of my structures are my freezer is made of wood, because I'm stupid, apparently. Yeah. Also, it burns everything, so even if you just say, okay, worst case scenario, go on lockdown. Just everyone inside, we'll just replace the doors when we get a chance. Tim is on fire. Tim? How did this even happen? What are you doing? Is anyone else nearby? No one's even close. Tim, you're... Oh, okay. You put it out, but you got some burns. Yeah, so, that happens. Also, even if you go on lockdown and everything, the whole map is gonna burn. Everything. And then it's just... It's dead. So the animals will die because they won't have food. And we won't have any form of crops left, so... Yeah. This is sort of going a little doomsday on it because, honestly, it's going to take a long time for that to get over here, and it probably will rain before then because, you know, we're in the rainforest. Has a tendency to do that. But it is spooky. It's how big the fire is, like how widespread this whole wall is. It can go Australia real quick. And it hasn't rained in a while. Yeah, so Tim, if you don't mind getting back to the hospital so you can get those burns taken care of, because burns can get infected and do have a tendency to, that'd be great. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I trust it. I shouldn't. Yeah, well, I mean, if the fire... Well, here's the other thing. Fire hitting the explosives probably won't be too great. But those are pretty well contained. They're not affecting much. It'll knock out this power generator. Like, they'll knock out the power conduits, but I can just rebuild those. That's not the end of the world. Losing the turrets to fire would not be good. Not at all. No, can you just go tend to Tim real quick? I know. It's a hassle, but I'll bump you down to herbal medicine. Everyone's on herbal. Good. Good, good. Sure, trust the fire. Yeah, why not? It'll be fine. When's that ever gone wrong? Just checking to see whether it was the anniversary yet. I'm not sure which day it is specifically. I think it's the 14th or the 15th. That's like the 4-year anniversary, so I want to make sure I catch that. We'll check that tomorrow. Bulk goods trader, yay! Kinship of Barrow to the rescue. They are a tribal faction, so I don't know what kind of good stuff they're gonna have, but they might have salvaged some advanced components. It's possible. So we'll see in just a minute. Our trader is in the hospital with 3rd-degree burns right now, but not too worried about that. Oh, whoa, okay. Well, this fire is now being followed up by a dry thunderstorm, which means there's gonna be more fire. And I don't really know where. It's already started. Here comes the lightning. Yeah. This is gonna be messy. This guy's name is Human. I want to recruit them. Hello. I am human. Trust me. Okay, now we gotta fire on the other side. Damn it, Randy. Yep, I know. I had a feeling. Yeah, look at how big it is now. Once it gets to around this kind of point, it starts growing real fast. Because, yeah, it starts getting exponential. Sometimes dry thunderstorms will be followed up. Why would you even do that, Rod? You are literally walking through a wall of fire. Oh my god, my people. My people are not the smartest. Sometimes dry thunderstorms are followed up by rain. It's possible. I'm not going to count on it. But it's possible. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure this is nothing to worry about. Oh, and we're followed up by clear weather, so no rain for now. We'll see if these tribal guys will do a little rain dance for us. What up, porpoise? It's time to trade. Let's see if they got what we need. More reason to get off this planet, yeah? As though we needed any more. Hey, guess what? Now it's on fire, so maybe we should expedite ship construction. Alright, what do you have? You have goats. Haven't seen those before in vanilla. Welcome goats to the game. Hello. Advanced components, nope. They don't have them. Shit. They just have crap I don't need. Bison wool, cloth, meat. Don't need that anymore. Pemmican, cloth, bison wool, blue fur, herbal medicine, wood. They have a parka, bison wool parka. It's pretty valuable. Mega sloth wool tribal headdress. Yeah, they have pretty much nothing worthwhile here. At least by my standards. So I'm just going to sell the low quality clothing. Like, look at this. This is an 18% durability hat that, like, if any of my colonists were to wear it, it would give them a mood debuff. And it's still worth a pretty decent amount of money, considering. I mean, considering it's basically scrap materials. That's not too bad. I'll take it. Better than just burning it. Get rid of this bowler hat too. Get rid of that war veil. We don't need that. We got normal quality guinea pig fur pants. Now we're gonna get rid of the stuff that actually is low durability. So devil strand, we'll get rid of the shirt, get rid of the parka, pants, t-shirt, anything that has a percentage on it I'm just gonna get rid of. The rest I can hold on to for now, I guess, in case people want them. Nah, we'll get rid of these poor quality shirts. Anything like, oh, it sucks to waste elephant leather like that, but we get some money out of it. That's good. Still helping the colony. Anything below good quality I'm gonna get rid of. I think that's how I'm gonna do this. So we get a little cash out of this. That's good. It's better than nothing. I wanted just components or advanced components, but they don't have any of that. That sucks. Well, I'm going to take all of your money. How about that? I could sell the sheep. I wanted to, but how do you make pants out of guinea pigs? Use a lot. Use a lot of them and just stitch them together. You gotta, like, daisy chain them, kinda. It's harder to make pants for guinea pigs than it is to make pants out of guinea pigs. Trust me on that. What? I wanted to get rid of the sheep, but if I do that, then if I do that, then I miss out on. They have a limited amount of silver. I'm not gonna be able to. Ugh. I can at least get rid of one of them. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get rid of the old one. Sorry. Oh, that's exactly enough. So we're just gonna... Hey, welcome. Give us all your money. Thank you. So we just made 786 silver there. That's not too shabby. And our relations have gone up to 1 from 0 because we traded with them. That's nice. Not too much of a change, but it's something. Cool. Done and done. It's something. I really wish they had components, but can't complain. Oh. All the other fires are starting to grow now. Okay, we're good. Rainy thunderstorm. Yay. Problem solved. Crisis averted. And in the meantime, oh, well, crops are on fire. That's cool. Get it, Fairwing. It's raining. It'll be gone in a second. In the meantime, we have constructed the second ship engine. That is awesome. And we are now getting the third one, all of the materials put in place for that. Then we just got to do the reactor and all the caskets, and we're good to go. Mac has been working very hard in his work frenzy to just crank out components and advanced components as quickly as he can, and he's getting pretty damn good at it. I'm honestly impressed. Level 17 is no slouch. Yeah, no, I absolutely had to say something. I'm trying to bait Randy out at this point because it's like, it would actually, I need events of some kind. Like, trader, that's great. I need a good trader. I'll even take a raid at this point because that'll give me something. It'll give me something. Like, a raid will bring weapons. It'll bring potential prisoners that I might have a constructor in there. I might have an artist in there. I might have a miner in there. You know, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing to get raided. I am taunting Randy so hard during a thunderstorm right now. I should be careful about that. Because he's going to throw something really nasty at me. Like, oh, how about a rogue satellite has launched a nuclear weapon at your base? No! I didn't even know that was in the game. But good news, the elephant calf that got hit by lightning, fire, whatever, it's fully healed. It's better. It's good. So, that's nice. We could upgrade the meals a little bit. It's a possibility. We'll just do 10 for now. Get some fine meals, because I'm trying to manage my space economy here. So if I do 3 stacks of simple meals and 1 stack, I have room for 1 stack of fine meals, so we can do that. Should be fine. Haha. Fine. On the plus side, having a TV here now, anyone who goes idle actually has like a really nice recreation resource to use. that's just on hand. So they can just go idle in this room and it'll be pretty beneficial. Ooh, lightning just struck my turret. Oh, well, it was right next to it. It actually didn't hit it at all. Wow, it was like boom, right there. Wait, were you trying to train Yoko? Oh, don't bother doing that. She has dementia. You don't need to train. She's just gonna pick up things and then 5 minutes later just go into a daze and wander around and like drop everything. Yeah, we don't need to overwork her. She can just go live her life. That's totally fine. You know what? I might actually... Let's take a look at the world map while nothing is happening. Where's my colony? Here it is. There's a faction right here. This is Uran Populous Nation. Oh. They're hostile. Aren't they? That's not good. This is Alliance of Amcam. Uran Populous Nation is hostile to us. I was gonna say I could just take a caravan out and trade with them, but they're hostile. I'd have to go to Kinship of Barrow, who are up here, and we've looked at missions with them up here before, and that's like a 4-day trip. So if I really wanted to go and just go out to them to trade, 1, it's gonna take 4 days out, 4 days back. 2, I don't even know if they have them, and they have a caravan here right now that doesn't have any advanced components. So I could have that trade caravan go all the way up there, and then they don't have what I need. So, yeah, I don't know. That's frustrating. I don't know what to do about that. I don't think there's any way I can really speed it up besides just making more components. I can make a second bill for advanced components. I can do that. This one's for Rokiri. And this one is for Mac. Here we go. So now I have 2 bills for regular components and 2 bills for advanced components. Are they hostile? The ones up here are Kinship of Barrow, and they're hostile. The ones down at Uran Populous Nation, yeah, they are very hostile. They are very hostile. they have not been friends of ours. Yeah, Uran is I'm pretty sure they are the ones who came in. No, Dragonfly Men came in with the rocket launchers and whatnot. I'm pretty sure. But Uran Populous Nation has sieged us a couple times. Yeah, I have the option to potentially... Oh, the one that gave us the Persona Core, South Hintior. Yeah, South Hintior doesn't have anything even remotely close to us. South Hintior is purple, and the closest outpost that they have to us is this one over here. It seems like, unless I go out to there. That's a very long... that's a long journey. If I took... Well, I'd need to bring... say just Tim goes. Just Tim. And he goes out to here. 37 days. That's not going to happen. That's an extremely long route. It's because of the water here. So what about this one over here? That might be, as the crow flies, might be the closest, but maybe this one, 10 days. Okay. So that's, clearly that's better than half a year, but it would be a full year round trip, but this is going to be 20 days round trip. Now, I could launch him in a transport pod a good portion of that just to try and cut down on some of the trip, but he would be alone. If he gets ambushed or something, I don't know how he's going to do on his own. Psychologically, I don't know how he's going to do on his own. And then he'd have to walk back 10 days by himself. Yeah. Also, there's an enemy camp in the way. So, we kind of got screwed on our start. We're right next to hostile factions. We're surrounded by hostile factions, and we're not really close to any allies, which sucks. So we're gonna have to figure this out. We're definitely playing on hard mode here. But we've gotten a quest here. This is interesting. I can actually choose what reward I get. A nearby settlement has a special trade request. They would like to purchase 45 clubs. I could make that out of slate and wood. I have a ton, so I could definitely do that. If you want to make the trade, I'm laughing reading ahead. If you want to make the trade, send the caravan with the requested items. The estimated travel time is 6 days. In return, we can get a persona core. Don't really need that anymore. And 270 plasteel. Honestly, don't really need that either. We could also do, or we could do an Archotech Eye, which would be very nice for a little someone named Fairwing, who is missing an eye and has been for several years. She would love that. An orbital power beam targeter. That's new. I'm guessing it's similar to the bombardment thing, but with a power beam. Let's see. An ancient targeting unit for a network of power collection satellites. Once aimed at a target, it directs ancient satellites to begin beaming power down in a massive column of electromagnetic energy. This power can safely be collected in a giant absorption disk. Since you have no absorption disk, you'll be aiming it at enemies, at which point the power column will turn the area into a 1,000-degree inferno. This will last until the satellites detect the unsafe targeting, shut themselves down, and permanently deactivate the targeter. So, basically, I get to do what was happening on my map earlier. At will. That's interesting. It's a thought. Or I can do 200 gold. Or I can get 50 goodwill, which would bring me into I would have the same level. It wouldn't make us allies. I think it needs to be around 75, something like that, but that would be a huge step towards it. Big trade-off here. Blue Kanto is this one. That's a 6-day trip. I can use my transport pod to launch them out there, or at least a couple, but I think I actually have to launch people out there too to make that trade. So I'd have to launch at least one person, probably going to be Tim, and then he's going to have to do a 6-day trip back alone. And I have to pick which trade it's going to be. And I need to build all of these, which means people who are going to be crafting clubs are not going to be crafting components for the ship. And that's a lot of clubs. So it can be done. I can put my low-level crafters on it since they don't have a lot of things to do. The question is, which reward? Do we go for the goodwill and hope that we can keep building that goodwill to get up to having an ally for the big series of raids that we're going to have? Or do we go for the Archotech Eye so that Fairwing, our backup sniper, can actually have 2 eyes to shoot with? Would be kind of nice. And a power beam targeter to help set fire to my own jungle, which seems like a little bit of a bittersweet decision there. I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Open to votes. You think goodwill? I think goodwill, honestly, as tempting as the eye is, this is the second deal that I'm now turning down an eye on, because we got a cache over here too that's guarded by 10 enemies. That was one of the options. I think the goodwill is a good idea. We have a coin flip. We absolutely do. Yeah, it's a really tricky one. It's tricky. There's trade-offs on everything. But I do not mind at all sending Tim out alone on this mission. I think he can handle himself. He's a big boy. He's a careful shooter. He's got an assault rifle. He'll be alone. He won't have anything really of value on him if he's doing the goodwill trade. The thing is, if he does the Archotech trade, he'll have to manually carry the Archotech eye and the targeter all the way back, and he'll be vulnerable to raids the entire time. Anyone could ambush him at any moment and just straight up kill him and take it, and it's gone. So, and so is my diplomat. My trader will be gone. So, I don't know. That's a tricky one. Rod's not too happy right now. What's the matter? A lot of bad things. We'll just let him do that. I think goodwill, honestly. I think goodwill is a good idea. That way you don't have to worry too much. The goodwill happens, and then if you leave the person who's doing the trading, if you lose the person who's doing the trading, then, you know, you still get the reward. I think that might be what I have to do. The other thing that I need to keep in mind is I might not be able to carry that many clubs with one person. I might need multiple people just to carry that caravan to do the trade. I'll figure it out when I get to it, but I think this is an interesting idea. I think it could definitely be something to do. I've been saying no to way too many things that mission-wise. So we're gonna go into the club business. We're gonna start producing clubs, and we'll get some people on that as soon as we can. Luckily, we don't need any kind of infrastructure for that. We can just do that at crafting spots. So we can get a nice little, I guess, a bunch of people building them in here. We'll do 3. From here we do make club, do until you have 45. And then copy that. We're going to paste and paste. And who do we want working on these? Who do we have that crafts? Mac, of course, but I want him doing these. Yeah, do the components. It takes priority. Mac and Rokri are number 1, so anyone that has it that isn't prioritized. Rod, my friend, you know how you're having a little bit of a break? Would you like to work on clubs? Let's put you over here. Oh, actually, before I do this, we'll do any worker. I want to make sure that they're making them only out of slate blocks, because I have over 2,000 slate blocks. I have a massive surplus there. No jade, no plasteel, no steel, no uranium, but I do want wood. So wood and slate, that we should have plenty, and wood is in plentiful supply. So I'm going to do that and copy this. I'm going to replace it. That way, yep, you are good. And I want Rod to be making them here. Who else? Rat is a little busy in the fields. That's fine. Fairwing, maybe Fairwing if she's not busy. She's level 6. And who else? Tim is a little busy with mining. Grubby and Raymond have been doing that. Akai? I guess Akai. Akai could do that. So basically, people are going to be doing this in their free time. Man could do it, can't he? Yeah, Man could absolutely do that, actually. So, oh, I got another steel deposit scanned. It's over here. That's not very useful. Thank you for trying, Raymond. So, maybe instead of Fairwing, we'll do Man. Because Man's a night worker. He's not assigned to crafting, but we will assign him. And he has a flame in it, so that's nice. I'll take you off of crafting. Okay, so now I can have that quest. I'll just accept for goodwill. That made a funky little sound. And it expires in 21 days. So get to work. We got some work to do now. It is not the anniversary yet. I'm checking it constantly. We're getting there. So Mac has been doing a lot of smelting. Or, yeah, Mac has. In his spare time. When he's not making... Oh, well, I guess when Rokri is working on the bench, he's been doing smelting. That actually works pretty well. Do that. And can he make sure... Are they... Yeah, they are dropping on the floor. Perfect. So that they can just deliver it right there. A little easier. Cool. Well, we got a little bit more focus now. We have something that we can do that will actually... I'm pretty sure that that'll be helping us pretty substantially. If we can do other things with that faction, they can come in and help us when we inevitably are going to be bombarded by every bit of shit that this game wants to throw at us when we start this ship up. Hopefully, if we can build up good relations with South Hintior and Kinship of Barrow, and they actually come and help us out, that increases our chances of survival vastly. We will be happy, happy people. Tim is smelting slag. Why is he not mining? Did I finish? Oh, he finished up here. Okay. Still got more uranium, bud. Sorry. Don't need slag as much, and if we need steel, then you can just use this. I'll just reactivate it. Ting. Wow, they're... Good lord, Rod. He's gotten to work real quick. We might get this done pretty quick. Here's another problem I didn't really think about. Where the hell are we going to store it? Where are we going to store 45 clubs? I hope we're going to be able to fit them in here. We might have to make a separate storage room for that. Rokri has experience and inspiration. He will be able to do... He has a double surgery success chance on his next surgery that he does. I don't really trust you with surgery in general, but now a little more so. You're level 11. You're not bad. Manipulation leaves something to be desired, but yeah. If we need an elective surgery at any point, we know who to talk to. Oh, it got really cloudy out. I was like, why is it getting so dark? It's not that late. Just cloudy. Mac is a machine. Oh, we did. We got. Oh, hell yeah! We got enough. We got enough advanced components for the ship engine now. That's sick. He got that done in like. That was like one day. We cranked out 6 components. That's. Wow. That was quick. All right, so we're about to finish the 3rd engine, and then we can open up the reactor and get that started. This is going quick. I am happy. I mean, that's the weird thing is, like, it's a lot of really big projects that we're working on right now. So it doesn't seem like a lot is really happening, but the progress that we've made during this stream so far is actually pretty substantial. Like, we got 2 ship engines done. We're almost at the end of yeah, we're gonna finish the 3rd engine, and then we don't have to build those again. It's done. That's like a one-time investment. So like, now I'm unforbidding the ship reactor so that we can get that started. We just got to get the tree that's underneath it chopped down. And once we get the reactor put in, we can start putting in... Oh god, a boom loop. Oh, we got a suicide bomber. That's nice. So we just got to put in the caskets after this, after we get the reactor hooked up. And we can choose how many we want to do. Honestly, it's really, we could launch the second that we get that reactor put in, we could hit prime the engine. We could hit start the reactor, and we could take off with 3 people. We could take off with Bowman, Mac, and Raymond. And if we can survive, then it's GG. We still win. It's just, it's a different kind of win. I would like to get as many people off the planet as possible, as many as resources demand. It seems like I'm able to get somewhere between 3 to 6 advanced components a day now, as long as my resource supply is present and my people are not incapacitated. So if that's the case, then that means 1 to 2 of these cryopods per day. That's after we get the reactor put in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish days after we get this reactor put in, we should be good to get everyone off the planet. That's not that long at all. Like, that, wow. Time is flying. Yay for progress. So, wow, we got more elephants. Forgot to get those set. Get those guys put over there. I have a boomlope that I want to train to not guard, but attack. Well, I guess I got to do both, don't I? And I had a specific area for it. I'd actually want to create its own. We'll reset it. So the boom room is going to be over here, so that it's away, and if anyone attacks it, they don't blow up my entire fucking base. So we'll just, we're moving the boom room, and we're gonna take Mr. Boom over here. And where are you? Boomalope. We're going to assign you to that room. Yes, please go over there and live over there and don't socialize with others. Appreciate it, because you are filled with gasoline and I don't want you to blow up my base. I like you, you're nice. I'm gonna use you as a walking IED, basically. But welcome to the colony. Now go over there. Don't talk to anyone. Wow, they've already started delivering resources to the reactor. This is so cool. I'm so happy. I mean, like, this colony started with Bowman just landing in the fucking jungle naked. And now, like, we've made so much progress. Because I was worried that I'd have enough resources for all this stuff, but, like, I actually have a bit of a surplus right now. Plasteel is a little, I don't know, but we're going to use about half of it on the reactor. And I don't think I actually need it for... I don't need it for the caskets, honestly, so we do have a bit of a surplus. I will need it for the components. They're going to need 10 apiece. So I guess in that regard, it's 30 plasteel for each pod. 30 times 10 will be 300, so we should have enough, hopefully. I think that should be almost exactly enough. Wow, that is serendipitous. And steel has been the other one. Steel is always really hit or miss. You either have a ton of it or you don't have any. But we got a deep drill that's sitting right next to the ship. We should just be able to drill it right out of the ground and just pour it right into the ship. It should be absolutely fine. We're also smelting down slag chunks, which there are a lot of on the map, pretty regularly. So, wow. We got 11 clubs already, too. Production is just, yeah, we're in good shape. That's a cool feeling. Tim actually doesn't really have much to do. I guess he finished. Yeah, he finished most of the uranium. So we'll finish up all the uranium, and that should be, unfortunately, all of the uranium on the map. Fortunately, it's over 800, so that's good. The other little issue I'm a little afraid of is the more resources that I gather, the more my colony value goes up. The more I'm stockpiling things and having really valuable things around. Not sure if it even says value on here. But yeah, the more my value goes up, the more, the heavier the rates are going to get. And I think the more difficult the events are going to get. So I'm pretty sure that's why I got a high psychic drone too. I don't know, I might be reading into that. But, it's definitely proportionate. Of the more valuable your colony is, the harder you're going to get hit. So we got to start buckling up and getting ready. I want to start thinking about the next wave of defenses. I'm going to want to put a secondary wall, like a preliminary wall on the outskirts here, and I wanted to fill this up with mines. And then on the outside, I wanted to put potentially a bunker of some kind so that my people can just do a first wave attack and then just sort of escape back, closing the doors behind them, and have a minefield left behind. So maybe just entrances around here, and then you have to go through a minefield to get back into this area on either side, and then just hold out here by the ship. The only problem with that is it's very close combat at the very end, but I can funnel them in one by one. They gotta bust through 3 granite doors to be able to get inside, and once they do, I'll have 13 elephants crammed in here just waiting for them. So, I don't know. If they got grenades or something, that could get really messy, as we have seen. If they have a rocket launcher or something, they're probably gonna hit themselves. But I don't know. I think it's one of the better plans that I can come up with right now. That is just playing very, very defensively rather than trying to stand my ground with ranged weapons and stuff like that. I don't know how long I'd actually be able to hold out in combat and ranged combat against people with rocket launchers and miniguns. Yeah. So we're pretty committed to this plan. We'll see. I can't really think of too much else besides just slapping down a ton of turrets and letting the turrets do the fighting, which I could easily do. I'll just see where the resources are at when we finish the reactor and some of the cryopods. If I have enough resources, I can get a couple turrets going, maybe, I don't know, 5, 10 turrets, like a full-on defensive array, and then I can put down the geothermal to power that. Or I can hook them up to the solar, I guess. Depends on how much they use. The solar actually produces a lot of power. I could get the batteries out of reserve, hook them up, and just have that ready to go. Also, I'm pretty sure the reactor is going to provide power. Because, you know, it's a reactor. So, it would be nice to know how much power it produces. Because if I hook that up to my power grid, at least temporarily, it could power all the turrets to defend it. And I won't have to worry about building a geothermal. That's an interesting thought. I didn't really think about that. I guess we'll see. We'll see what ends up coming out of that. We just need 8 advanced components for that. And currently we have 2, and Mac is working very hard on constructing more. I think what really has made this so effective right now is adding that second bill, honestly. I think that changed a lot, because now Mac and Rokri can work on the same thing within a bill. Like, normally you get this issue where you have unfinished advanced component and it has the author's name, so that no one else will work on that project. And I've been dealing with that for a really long time. Like with clothing and with building guns and stuff, it's like, oh, you gotta wait until Rokri is free and then you can get back to making this really cool thing. Adding a second bill and assigning that specifically to each person has literally doubled my ability. It has a lot of, like, they're leaving the unfinished parts around, which kind of sucks. Kinda, not really. They're gonna finish it eventually. But, yeah, that, I don't know why that didn't occur to me sooner. It's actually, it's working really, really effectively. So this is actually, this whole experience is a really good learning experience for me, and it's probably going to change the way that I play a lot of the game. It's just making sure people are assigned their own projects and assigning multiples of the same project assigned to different people. It's a lot more micromanagement that it seems like it actually is paying off quite a bit for the amount of effort that's going into it. Okay, I was looking at plasteel, I'm like, oh, that is super low. What the hell happened? Well, it all got delivered already to the ship reactor, so this is all the plasteel we need. That's what we got for the rest of the game, and hopefully that's all we need. We'll see. We shall see. I think 80 of that is going to go to the ship. Maybe a little less, because we already have some made. It's going to go to the reactor. And then 30 each for each casket. Let's just get these trees chopped down preemptively. There's a berry bush, we can get rid of that. Don't want that. Cool. And now we go to speedy mode. Bing! And Yoko's having another dementia attack. That's fine. She's having a little Yoko moment. We're just gonna ignore that. It's like, you start... The problem is I'm getting so used to dazes from Yoko that I'm gonna get, like, a problem with someone important, like Mac having a daze, and I'm not even gonna notice it. It's like, oh, daze, okay, whatever. Oh, wait a minute. So Raymond has found buried steel. It is down by the southern entrance to the base. Still actually pretty close to the ship, so that could be cool. It's right down there. If we need it, I strongly doubt we do, but it's there. Oh yeah, no, clean up that rubble. That's important. There you go. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, because people go down here all the time, you gotta make sure it looks nice. That way the raiders don't judge you when they come in and try and murder your people and steal all their all their shit. They don't go, oh god, look at how messy it is. Ugh. Combat supplier. Okay. Tim, wake up. Let's see what they got. Maybe they have components. I don't know. They don't have advanced components. Crap. But they do have regular components. That's less work. So let's spend some money on that. That means there's less regular components that I have to construct, which saves me time. Means they can spend more time on advanced components. That's a good thing. Hey, you want some clubs? I got a whole bunch. Unfortunately, they're reserved for other people, but do you have anything? Let's see. I want, like, masterwork, excellent in masterwork kind of stuff. Maybe a recon helmet. I could use that. Yeah, we'll grab the normal quality recon helmet. Why not? Those things are pretty good. They have a shield belt. That could be pretty sweet. Do I have any weapons to get rid of? I do not. I can get rid of my cocaine, though. After that whole binge and overdose, I think it'd be smart to just not have that sitting in the colony longer than it has to. Is that a decent deal? I think that's okay. I'm losing some money, but what do I really need it for? I need it for advanced components later on, but, you know, doesn't seem like these trade ships come by very often anymore. I can sell this flak vest that's not being used. It's damaged. People aren't going to want to wear it anyway. I can always make a new one. Okay. So, I'm going to do my trade here. I'm trading 15 yayo and a flak vest, a damaged flak vest, for 5 components and a recon helmet, a normal quality recon helmet. And that deal, I'm also going to be paying them 675 silver for that. And that works for me. The yayo pretty much balanced out the components almost exactly. And the recon helmet I'm paying full price for. So, whatever, that works. Sweet. Hopefully that'll save someone's head. It's kind of a valuable part of the body. Unpopular opinion. Alright, 17 clubs. We need 45. Rod has been working overtime. I am very impressed. Especially since he's level 5. That's, honestly, this is a good way to train a crafter. Is to get a bill like this where they're going and just making a shit ton of, like, just basic level things. It doesn't take them too long to work on it, which kind of sucks. Having longer term work projects is actually better. Because then they're sitting there and, like, their XP is only going up when they're working, so the more time they spend away from the project, the less XP they're getting devoted to the project itself. So, that's not great, but it's a pretty much a never-ending bill. Why don't I just do drop on floor? Save a little bit of time. That's a great way to train up a crafter, though. Yeah, he just went up to level 6, so sweet. If he keeps going on this, he might be able to get onto crafting advanced components too. He needs to be level 8 for that. Where are my advanced components? Why am I not seeing them? Here they are. 5. Okay. 5. Five out of 8. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom. This is probably the first time in like a couple days that there's been no one on the fabrication bench. Why is that? Oh, because the bill only had it set up to 6. Okay, and we need 8. That's why. Okay. Look at how quickly they're replacing the slate blocks. That's insane. They have too much time on their hands. It's like, oh yay, we get to make crappy fucking blocks again. I'm so excited. Here, let me make your life easier. We'll see if the elephants will come out and haul these blocks in. Heathcliff's like, yes, finally, something to do. Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm so fucking bored. Okay. Thank you, Heathcliff. Oh, Akai and Fairwing are both pretty bored too, apparently. Okay. So let's get that back up. They'll bring them right to the high priority storage areas. And that way, all of my people who are doing their sort of etc. stone block cutting whenever they're free, like I guess Mac is now, you can just grab them right from here instead of having to go all the way down to the bunker or all the way down to the field. Makes their job a lot easier. Streamlines the whole process. It's called logistics, and it's a wonderful thing. That's that sound. That's the sound I was waiting for. Alright, Mac is back at work, and he's done. And he's going to bed. So, Rokri's gonna take over. Sweet. He's getting good. He's crafting. Level 9. It's like halfway through it. He's almost level 10. Well, halfway to level 10. Sweet. Oh, Man's got a sweet helmet now, too. Man's my Viscera cleanup colonist. Alright, so Rokri is now finishing up the last advanced component that I need. Excuse me. This is pretty big. I'm happy about this. So, I guess we're waiting on... Oh, is Tim gonna do it? Tim is gonna do it. Attaboy. May not seem like much, but this is actually a pretty big moment. Tim has had a lot of shit go on in his life for the past couple years, I guess. I don't know. He has not been doing too great, but he got to go on a raid and become... He's hiding his face. He's all shy. He's got to go on a raid and become a space marine, and now he gets to become a little bit... a different kind of hero. He gets to start construction on the ship reactor. We've been waiting a long time for this. A very long time. A very long time for this. And he's gonna get cracking away at constructing this, which is essentially the button that we need to press to get off the planet. Currently, we have the ship spine that we built first. We have 3 cryosleep caskets that are reserved specifically for Bowman, Mac, and Raymond right now, and we have 9 more queued up. We got the sensor cluster put in. That's going to be our navigation, our eyes out in the stars. We have a ship computer core that was basically constructed out of a lot of raw materials and a procured and reprogrammed AI persona core that we got that was sort of hidden in a supply cache. And we also have 3 gigantic engines that are going to be helping us travel through the stars. Now we're well along in constructing the heart of the beast. This is going to fuel both the ship. There's a psychic soothe to go with it. That's kind of nice. Everyone in the colonist that's a female is going to be having a little bit of a mood boost. It's nice timing. And that'll help us get through all this. What's going to be coming at us pretty soon. We're going to need whatever we can get. Once we get this reactor going, we'll be able to start powering up the ship. It's going to take a while for the reactor to power up. During that time, enemies are going to detect those power signatures, and they're going to want this ship. Because this is one of 2 ships that are on the planet. The other ship is a mission, and if you fire it up, the same thing will happen. Everyone on this planet wants to get off of it. We are very lucky to have enough resources and enough determination and know-how to be able to construct this, but other people are going to come and try and take this from us violently immediately after we start up the reactor, and it is going to be persistent from what I've been told. I don't really know what to expect. I know it's going to be difficult. I know the game's going to throw everything it's got at us. So I'm going to hold off on starting the reactor up until the time that we are most prepared. I also want to make sure that we have enough cryo caskets for everyone that is approved to come with us. We're going to have to make some very tough decisions with that. Because once we get this installed, we can hit the button immediately, and Bowman, Mac, and Raymond can leave. The rest is just who's lucky enough to come with. And Yoko's going to have another one of her Yoko moments. Getting used to that. She's going to wander around in confusion because she has dementia. Sorry, Yoko. Enjoy your walk, I guess. So from here on out, all of our resources are going to go into building caskets so that more people can come with us. The longer we hold out, the more people can come with us. The more resources we get, the more people can come with us, but we can leave at any time. All we have to do is hit that button and be patient and hold down the fort. So we're getting there. We're getting to endgame. This is exciting. This is dramatic, but exciting. Just texting, hold on. Alright. So instead of sitting here and watching that just sort of grind along in real time, let's do what I would do in a video edit and go hyper speed. Wish there was a speed faster than this. Because I'm pretty sure my dog's gonna bark at the door pretty soon, and I'd like to wrap up the stream for you so we can have a nice conclusion at the end of the stream, and then I can let you know what's going on. Alright, and here we are. Cool. We now have 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Whoo, that's pretty. Damn, thank you, Tim. Gonna leave your camera away from you. There we go. Alright. Well, we have a ship reactor. It's done. Yay. Now we got the launch reports. So we cannot launch until we have full What? Can't launch until we have full crypto sleep. I was like, you can't start up the reactor till you put people in the... How do you defend it? No. That's not the case. So that's just sort of letting me know. I guess you could just launch the ship with no one in it. But the ship reactor is hibernating right now. That looks like it produces 1,000 watts, so that can actually power... Let's see, each mini turret is 80 watts, so that'll power a lot of those. We could power uranium slug turret if we needed to, if we got extra uranium. Like 10 of those, that's a lot of power. So we'll see what we can do static defense-wise. That's really where we need to transition into next. But we're going to open up these 3 caskets, get them set up and ready to load them in. And as we go, we'll just sort of choose who's coming with. So right now, the crew list for our ship doesn't have a name yet. But it will, I'm sure. Once we start up the reactor, we'll come up with a name. But currently the crew is Bowman, Mac, and Raymond, and we now are going to have 3 more slots. So who else is coming with? I would say Rat and Akai are a package deal. We got the reactor, Stitch. It's done. So we are now getting the 3 Crypto Sleep caskets added on, and we're deciding who the next 3 are. Who's lined up to join us? Serenity. That's an interesting. Yeah, love the reference. It's very very applicable. Prosperity turns into serenity. That I like that a lot, and it's a cool shout out too. All right, well, thank you, Stitch. I appreciate that. This ship's name is Serenity. Perfect. We did it. So now we have our escape ship, Serenity. You're going to have to remind me on that because I'm not going to... Well, you know what? I'm probably going to edit that into a video. So boom! Ha! Got a reminder. Yay! My crappy memory. But right now, our crew list is Bowman, Mac, Raymond. We got 3 more slots that are going to be available soon. And basically, we can start this ship up right the fuck now if we want and launch after it's done. And just bring Bowman, Mac, and Raymond, but 3 more slots are going to become available. So I think right now I'm thinking about who to bring for the next 3 slots. And I think it's going to be Akai, Rat, and that's where the decision starts getting very difficult. If you want Stitch, that works. I'm half sarcastic, half very serious. I've been very distracted lately. I think... Ooh. do I give Rokri a pass onto the ship? Or do I give it to Fairwing? Or do I give it to Tim? Oh, but then he'd be separated from his brother. Honestly, I think it's going to be Rokri. I think he's won me over. It's hard to pick Rokri over Tim, especially since Tim built the fucking reactor. But if we can get another slot here, that is 100% reserved for Tim. So right now, if we can get these 3 caskets built, it will be Bowman, Mac, Raymond, Akai, Rat, so that they're together, and Rokri. The rest will be left behind to fend for themselves on a planet that wants to destroy every ounce of their existence. But if we have enough resources, we'll be able to build more, and eventually we have it planned out so we have 1 extra casket. So we technically only need 5 more after that. They're just very resource intensive. So for now, that's kind of where we're going to leave it. We'll see what we can do about getting these caskets put on once we get enough that we're satisfied with where the crew is. We're going to fire up the reactor once we get our defenses put in. Obviously, we'll get that done sooner. Just got to juggle resources with caskets and turrets. That's going to be tricky. But once we get that figured out, we'll fire up the reactor. Hell will rain upon us. We'll hold out the best we can, and then we'll either leave or we will be slaughtered mercilessly. Welcome to RimWorld. This is going to be quite an adventure. And this is cool. This is endgame. We got there. Serenity. She's ready to launch. Well, she will be ready. She's ready to start priming the ignition. Whatever, I don't even know what they say. I've heard people say that in movies, so it makes sense. Shut up. And that's where we're going to leave things, honestly. That's where we're going to leave things today. I'm going to save and quit to menu real quick and pop on over to the end screen. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for joining. That was almost exactly 2.5 hours. That worked pretty well. Thank you for hanging out during the stream. This was a lot of fun. I love doing these YouTube streams. The delay is a little tricky. The only reason that that happened is because there were some issues with the whole creator dashboard and going through that. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to debug that and make sure we can cut down that latency a little bit more. That shouldn't be an issue for next time. I'll just make sure that I don't close the creator dashboard thing after I've got the stream set up. It should link up fine. So lessons learned. This is my second stream here, so getting there. So if you want to see more of the journey from the very beginning of Bowman landing on this planet in a cryo sleep pod, just waking up naked with nothing, and building all the way up to where we are currently, finishing the reactor and getting ready to start up a ship to launch off of this planet. It's been a long journey. A lot has happened leading up to here. You can check out A RimWorld Adventure. It's my series playing through this. It is right here on this channel. And if you want to just go ahead and subscribe, that would be a great way of knowing when the next episodes are going to be coming out. And I'm going to continue to do more RimWorld series moving forward. So if you just throw down a subscribe, that'll just let you know as these videos come out, and it'll let other people know that that it's a series that you enjoy watching. It's a great way of showing support in a passive kind of way. So yeah, if you want to do that, feel free. If not, I'll judge you a little bit, but not the end of the world. Yeah, and it's so weird. I'm like, I want to say there's a link in the description below. No, you're right here. So you just hop on over to my channel and you can check out the whole series. There's a playlist of A RimWorld Adventure, and the chapter 21, the most recent one, that is going to be basically where we are at currently. So if you missed the past couple streams, it'll catch you up on those. That's going to be coming out on Tuesday. I release a video every Tuesday. So I'm planning on streaming another RimWorld stream on Tuesday. I try to do that, basically to release the new episode and stream on here RimWorld every Tuesday. I may stream on here another RimWorld stream again anyway, in the time between. That would most likely be tomorrow if I need, basically, if I need more footage, because I play the game and gather footage as I'm playing it. So if I review it and go through looking for highlights and realize that I need more, I will be back here. If not, then I will be over on Twitch doing either Minecraft. I'm doing the SevTech Ages mod pack over on Minecraft, and I've been playing Viscera Cleanup Detail. I've been doing just a bunch of different weird games. I've been thinking about doing Sims 3, stuff like that. But I will be I'll be over there at twitch.tv/Wrimbles. That is where I'm at. But the best way to find out about where I will be, because I'm sort of in between places and trying to be in multiple homes at once kind of right now, the best way to know exactly where I'm going to be and when, what I'm up to, all that stuff, interact with me and what I'm doing, that would be Twitter. Sorry for the pop. Twitter. That is at It's Wrimbles right there on the screen. And also I want to say that there's a link below. I'm pretty sure in the description that there's my link tree that has all my links. I'm not entirely sure. So don't quote me, I guess, but I think it should be there. Oh, did it not actually post the link? God, that's frustrating. I'll figure it out. I keep doing it, and it gets rid of the HTTPS thing. So anyway, oh, doggy's barking. Sorry about that. So yeah, you can find me on Twitter, and that's twitter.com/itswrimbles or at itswrimbles, whatever. And I'm also on Patreon if you want to support what I do on the channel and want to be part of the whole RimWorld series experience, stuff like that. Doggy, chill. Sorry about that. I know. Hold on one second. All right, where was I? Patreon, it's an awesome way to support independent content creators, creative people in general. That way you can sort of choose how you want to support people, either on a monthly basis or if you want to support them through one-time donations, stuff like that. They're great perks that I'm adding more to every single day with the whole Patreon thing. So that is... well, I say every day, every couple weeks. Yeah, I'm watching it, and I'm evolving in ever-evolving process, but I think it's a really cool way of being involved with the whole process of you. If you're a patron, then you can have a colonist named after you in the next playthrough of the game. And if you currently, right now, I'm running a poll with my patrons on what mods that we're going to be playing during the next playthrough, so they actually get to choose what the game is going to look like to a certain degree, which is a pretty cool thing. So if you want to be part of that whole whatever's going on over there, you can check me out at patreon.com/Wrimbles. All my links are on the link tree below. If the link doesn't work, just copy it and paste it into your browser or whatever. That typically does good things. Or you can just find them on Twitter. Twitter's honestly, that's where everything is right now. So thank you guys again for dropping by. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for chatting. I hope if you guys are liking what you see of content that I'm doing, just feel free to throw a little like on there. It basically will just sort of bump my stuff up through the algorithm kind of deal. It's kind of how it works. So that way helps get it out there a little bit more. So something to think about. I really appreciate it every time someone does it. So thank you guys. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you guys tomorrow, either here at 5 p.m. Eastern doing RimWorld, or on twitch.tv/Wrimbles doing probably Minecraft. Same time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And yeah. Keep your eye on Twitter to find out where it's going to be. I guess it's going to be a mystery in the meantime. In the meantime, I'm going to go and get dinner. I'll get my doggy settled in, and hopefully get outside for a couple minutes before it gets pitch black out there, and go start reviewing footage and see whether we're doing RimWorld tomorrow. So yeah, I will be seeing you guys around. Bye.